Hey folks, it's Abby and I'm going to be blasting through my stats so far for my reading in 2025. I don't have too much detail in here, but I think it's enough to be getting on with, so let's dive straight in. First up, I've read 27,893 pages across 76 books. Those pages also do include books that I haven't finished yet. For example, Don Quixote is still a work in progress, but I have finished all 76 books. I've listened to 150 hours of audiobooks. That has definitely decreased since last year in terms of how much I'm listening to. Work has changed a lot. I was listening to audiobooks whilst I was at work, and that is no longer as viable. I have to focus a lot more now on the new tasks that have been introduced. I can't be as mindless, and so I don't listen to as much audiobooking. Sadness. My biggest book that I've read so far this year, surprising no one who has seen my June wrap-up, is Exodus by Peter F. Hamilton. This is 893 pages in this edition. It is a chunky space opera, but if you're willing to put in the time, it's worth it. And my oldest book is Pippi Långstrump by Astrid Lindgren that I read in Swedish. God save my soul, that took me forever. And this is from 1945. I would love to read this at some point in English to kind of get the full vibe. My Swedish is not very good, but I'm glad I managed this. In terms of my best months, February and April were my best months for books read. I read 16 books each of those months, and April was my best for pages read, where I read 6,270 pages in 1 month. Clearly I have no life. Then to break down some of the details, so for the genre, my three most popular genres was fantasy, sci-fi and memoirs. I read 30 fantasy books, 15 sci-fi and 8 memoirs. I'm very happy with the 15 sci-fi. This is something that I've said for a while now that I want to read more of, and I've been able to actually get some of it onto my reading TBR, so very pleased and not surprised that fantasy is still at 30. For the nationality, just about, we have 29 English authors, because we have 23 American authors. Those two always battle out, and this doesn't include the rest of the British authors, so any Welsh, Scottish or Northern Irish that I've read. It's just the English ones because I like to actually keep a track of the other countries too. And then my third highest is Irish/Japanese combined, with 3 books each from those. Just to clarify, I was going to say I have nothing against the US, but we've seen it right now. However, nothing against US authors. I just hate the fact that if I don't think about it, I will read more Americans than I will read Brits, and I'm British. Then next up is the format. I read primarily physical books. Very pleased about that. I read 34 physical books, 17 ebooks, 13 mixed, so that is ebook and physical, or ebook and audiobook, etc, etc, and 12 books via audio. Again, the audiobook number is down for me compared to last year, but I'm not surprised. And also I'm getting through a good amount of physical books, which is always good when looking at my TBR, which is right behind you. Then for the series, I have read 41 books from series so far this year, which means I've read 35 standalones. I would be happier with this number if there weren't as many brand new series started, but part of that is massive privilege that I'm on the book break influencer list, so they send me new books. Oopsie daisies. However, I'm really enjoying them, so technically that's all that matters. In terms of how I acquired the books, again I'm just going with the top 3 methods here. 30 of them are arcs. Book break! Thank you so much, Book Break. I am very, very grateful for everything you have sent me, and I have been, because I am so grateful, reading them as soon as they come in, so a lot of my reading is arcs right now. Next up is 27 books that I own already, so clearly I need to up that a little bit to match the arcs, but considering I've not really been thinking about it, I think I've done okay. And then 7 books are borrowed. And those 7 are going to be Terry Pratchett books, where I have borrowed them from my partner. He owns almost the entire series. Speaking of Pratchett, he is also my most read author, unsurprisingly, with 7 books. Then for the age brackets, so I have read 1 kids book, 3 middle grade books, and 7 YA books, and 65 adult books. This has been slowly increasing, not through anything I've been doing actively, but just naturally I've been moving away from YA as I age. That's okay with me, and I have never seen it be so stark. I must have gotten through some of the backlog YA at in 2024 to have this be so low, but yeah, I've never seen such a stark difference. 65 adult books is mad, and part of me is like, oh god, is it going to be all adult in 2026? What's going to happen? I don't think that will happen, because there are always some interesting YA and middle grade reads, but it's interesting that it's so small now and it's so adult focused. So I'm not mad about it, it's just very interesting. And then the very last stat is the authors. Are they new to me authors, or have I read from them before? And I've read from 35 of the authors before. 41 of the authors that I have read have been brand new to me. And I think that's fascinating because I have a lot of series still sat on my shelves and clearly I'm not reading them. So, do I need to do something about that? Also, if you like this notebook, this is from Becca from the Book Sanctum's shop. So that will be linked, it's always linked down below in the description if you like it, because I use this for all of my bookish stuff, all of it. But yes, so that is my mid-year stats. I am doing fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with my reading particularly. There's a few things that I would definitely like to improve, but like, everything makes sense with how everything's playing out. So it's going well. I'm having a good year. How is your reading year going? How's it doing? Are you wanting to change things up? Obviously my main thing that I want to change up is reading more from these shelves. Whether I manage it or not is another thing to figure out, but we shall see. Thank you so much for watching, folks. If you would like to see how my reading goes in 2025 for the rest of the year, then please do hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you folks in the next video. Bye! I hit myself in the face.